All right. Good morning. San Diego, I bet, is beautiful. Raining. It's okay if it's raining. Northern California, Portland, Oregon, Washington, Knoxville, Tennessee. Oh, 18 inches. Oh, yep. No, I'm not by Durango. Alberta, I'm sure you have snow too. Yeah, it's that kind of day. And I'm actually feeling kind of puny today. So, but look, so today I did on my eyeballs while everybody's popping on, I did Charming and Majestic on my eyes with Passionate eyeliner. And I have Vain on my lips. And I was so happy that Phil decided that, and my weather gnome, that that they said spring was coming early, that I decided to have, well, thank you. I decided to do spring makeup just because in celebration with all this snow. All right. So let's get started, everybody. Okay. All right. So my name is Jen Zucker. I'm a Black status presenter with Younique. And I have been in this business, oh my gosh, in 1 more month. Well, 2 more months. Really, I will be in for 2 years. So I'm at 22 months. That's crazy. So if you want to share this with your friends, you can slide up or slide down and click share, with your team. I also upload it to my YouTube channel so that people can watch later, because I know that this time doesn't work for everybody. So my YouTube channel, you can find me, search Jen, Jen, and then Zucker, and you can find it there. Or you can go to my website, which is www.lalashqueen.com, like singing, lalashqueen.com. Okay. So now the business is out of the way. So let's get talking. I love hearts. I love questions, and that kind of thing. And we're going to keep this pretty quick. So I know that you're always wondering, some people, and you know what? I got this comment last night. Good morning. I got this comment last night. I got a, we're not all Jen Zucker. I can't be like you. And you know what? You can't. You can only be you. You can only be the best salesperson. You can only be the best sponsor. You can only be the best business person that you know how to be. And I would never, ever, ever ask you to be like me. And, I want you to be the best you can be. And in sales, you have to know that, my mom was in sales. So after my parents got divorced, my mom went into sales. So here I was with a single mom selling. And she sell business forms and rubber stamps. And this is how, what do you call it? This is how I learned sales techniques was through my mom and living with my mom, who was a salesperson, who was a single mom trying to feed her family. Okay. So every day you're dealing, I'm watching my mom, who is, an entrepreneur, and she absolutely worked really hard. Okay. And I saw her read, and I saw her getting a phone call, everybody, during it. Sorry. Don't they know it's coffee talk time? So anyway, I was with my mom all the time. And I saw how she worked. I saw she read books. I saw how she ran her entrepreneurial business. It was a part of my everyday life for many years. And at the age of 15, actually, when I was 13 and allowed to babysit, I immediately went to all the neighbors and told them that I wanted money. And I didn't tell them I wanted money, actually. First rule of sales is not to tell them you want their money. Basically, that I wanted to give them a service, and that was to take care of their kids. And then in turn, they would pay. But the whole neighborhood knew that I wanted to sell. So even at a very young, do you know anybody that's in need of a babysitter? And then usually they would say, oh, me. So what was the first thing that I did? Okay. Hold on one second with that kind of question. Let me get to what I was talking about with the sales. So everything starts with a question. And every conversation that you have in sales should always be a question. So whenever, and I'm giving you this tidbit so that you can work and hone in on your skills, because yes, you are selling a product. Yes, you are selling a business. And you want to share, believe me when I say share, but there's a sales part of it too, where you work on your skills. So this is my challenge to you. When you're talking to somebody about the business opportunity, or you're talking to somebody about purchasing the product, it needs to be in a question form. I do not believe in persuasion, because I don't think it's out there. Because if I told you to jump off a bridge and jump into the lake, would you? Would you? It's either yes or no. You're like, no, somebody tell me to jump off a bridge, I'm not going to do it, And that's your thought process. So you're very clear. Now, if somebody is like, I think I might want to jump off that bridge, there's no persuasion, okay? It's either they do or they don't. So you can't say, oh, yes, you do. If your answer is no and it's resolute, then it's no. Nothing anybody says is going to convince you to jump off that bridge, correct? So when it's the same thing in sales, if somebody is resolutely no, then it's no. If somebody is here or there, they just need to answer their own questions. So you facilitate the questions. If I could show you how this could benefit your life, would you be interested? If I could show you how it works, would you be interested? So if you're having a conversation with somebody, you always want it to be a question. And then you're actually listening to somebody. You're actually listening and engaging in a relationship and having a conversation and filling their need, not your need. If you're just verbally throwing up on them and not asking questions, then it's about you. It's not about them. So that's the relationship part of it. That's the, well, how can I be of service to you? How can I fill this need for you? Does that make sense? So every conversation, so work on, whenever you're talking to somebody, work on changing it to a question. If you could pick one of these products, she said she would, if they could pick one of these products, which product would it be? If you could only pick one, why would it be? Out of all these products, what are you the most interested in? So those are the kinds of things that you want to say. So if you could create an income with this business, how much would you want to create? When you create, and then always talk in whens. So always talk in different, and it takes practice, you guys, because you can catch yourself just absolutely throwing up on somebody, and you don't want to do that. So whenever you find yourself doing that, stop, and then have the next question, have the next thing that you say, have it be a question. That's how you overcome objections, is simply by asking them questions, because they're going to come up with their answers for them. I could absolutely say, oh my gosh, this is the most magical business. You get to be in leadership all the time. You get to talk in front of people all the time, and it's absolutely fun, and you get to travel all the time. Well, what if those things aren't what interests that person at all, right? So what if that person absolutely is like worried and has a negative thought about leadership? What if that person hates to fly? What if that person is scared to death to speak in front of people? Those are the things that you want to talk to them about. You have to find out what their reasons are, not your reasons. Have a conversation with them. What do you want? What is it? Ask them questions. If you could, where do you see yourself in 10 years? If you could have the perfect vacation, where would it be? If there was something that you could feel better about yourself about, what would it be? What can I help you with? So it's about being of service. It's about asking questions. Okay? So challenge to you, ask questions all the time. Okay? All right. Now, somebody asked me about, how many yellows or greens does it take to get to pink? I think that was the question. To get to pink, you basically need to sell $2,000 worth of product yourself, and you need to have at least one person underneath you that is qualified. So that means that they have at least 125. Now, do I recommend more people than that? Yes. I say absolutely get to your fast start first. Do 2,000 in sales, work on doing 2,000 in sales every single month. That is my goal as a Black Status presenter, 2,000 in sales every month. Do I hit that all the time? No. I think my average is about 1,600 a month. That's what it always counts up to be. And then sponsor at least 3 a month minimum. That's how you get to pink. You want to get to pink, you sell 2,000, you have 8 parties, and that's what you do. Any other questions for me today? And we'll keep it quick. And yes, I have a hat on because I have hat hair, or I have bedhead, and I didn't have time because it's the snow days, so I really didn't have to get dressed. But other than to do business. Do you like my pretty flower? Okay. Any other questions, fabulous ladies or gentlemen? Anything? Does that help with the questions? Lip color, vein. It's vein. Pretty, huh? So, all right. We'll take that out. Ask questions, people. Ask. I never know how to engage people. Yes, this is my full-time income. Absolutely. My husband does work too. But yes, if I didn't have a husband, I would absolutely be able to live on my income. So, somebody else asked a question right before that, and I read it out loud, and then I skipped. Somebody said, how do I engage with people? Okay. My question to you, the person that asked that, what are you talking about engaging with people? Do you mean on the street, in the store? What do you mean by engaging with people? Do you mean on a normal day, how do I meet people? I go out and meet people. I mean, you got to go out and meet people. I'll go to a business event. I'll go to a party, and I get to go make more friends. I'm like, who do I get to meet today? I don't necessarily go and throw up my business all over them. I'm like, you have kids. I have kids. You have a dog. I have a dog. Where do you live? It's about building friendships. So, where and how do you start conversations about my business? It really depends. How do I start conversations about my business? I just bring it up. People say all the time, what do you do? I say, well, I have an international cosmetic company. Or you know what? I'm a direct sales network marketing pro. That's what I do. I've been doing it for years. I have a mascara business. I have a cosmetic company. I have a fancy lash business, and I teach other people how to have a fancy lash business. So, the conversation comes up all the time. Actually, what's really funny is when you become that person, when you are that person, and everybody knows you're that person, you don't have to introduce yourself anymore because people introduce you. So like I go places and now I have people saying, this is what Jen does. I'm not a shy person, but never know how to talk to Phil without feeling like I'm selling. Well, you are selling. You are sharing, you are selling, and who cares? It's your business. So, you treat it like a business. If you treat it like a business, then it's never an issue. So I saw this morning, Sherry Brown posted it. Oh my God, I loved it so much. She goes, I love getting no's. I eat no's for breakfast. What's for dessert? I love that because that's really what it is. If somebody's not interested, I don't feel bad about it. It's just, it's who I am. I am a Black status presenter with Younique. It's as simple as that. And what does a Black status presenter with Younique mean? It means that I talk to people about my business. It means that I'm a leader in my business. If I was a restaurant, yeah, I love that. Thank you, Katie. It says, if you have a restaurant, would you invite people to eat there? Yes, that's the same kind of thing. I am Ulta. I am Sephora. Come to my store. You know what I mean? And you know what? I could teach you how to have a store yourself. So that is how I do it. I don't get hung up on that anymore. It's not an issue. Can I get lazy? Yes. That was Melissa, not Katie. Can I get lazy sometimes? Yes. But I'm like, no. I can't get lazy. Why? Because I want my business to grow. I want it to totally grow. And I want it to be phenomenal. But what makes me more excited is when I can help my people, my team, and my fabulous ladies, they grow. I want their check to be bigger. If it's bigger than mine, then hot damn, I'm doing my job. Right? Because the what do you call it? The master, a master of its craft, actually teaches people how to be better than they are. So my mission is absolutely to have these gals surpass me and make more money than me. Oh my gosh. That makes me excited. So, and to help and questions, ask questions. Okay. Just practice that. Get used to it. But if anytime you want to engage with people, ask questions. Okay. fantastic day. Yay! Spring is going to be here sooner than later.